Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing good, everyone's chilling, going about their day nice and lovely today. I'm gonna try and get retribution for this guy. I feel like last run I did not do, honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all, I feel like last run I did not do Blue Baby any favors with what felt like, honestly, my genuinely mid-ass play. However, I got a good feeling about this one. So, hope y'all are doing well. Honestly, to keep it real with y'all, I'm chilling, enjoying my nice and lovely Wednesday, one of my favorite days of the week, because that means the weekday, the work week, is almost over. And man, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that sweet and beautiful Friday afternoon, Friday evening to hit in, and I'll be damn good. But as of right now, I guess we're just playing Isaac. Anyways, hope y'all are doing fine. I'm gonna be real with y'all. There was something that had came out recently that I kind of forgot about. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did low-key forget about it. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't really know, but for the uninitiated, there was recently a Battlefield Battle Royale that had actually come out. And not only that, also, I think tonight / tomorrow, I guess technically, Arc Raiders is finally fully releasing. So I'm gonna be real with y'all, I am taking a gander at it. I'm gonna be completely honest. I have... Oh, come on, man. That was like perfect setup to blow up that, and it's still messed up. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I have been excited. One, because it's a game me and my friend are gonna be able to play together. And two, having played the server slam that came out not too long ago, I want to say earlier this week or something like that, it was really fucking fun. Honestly, really had me excited for the full entire game. And now that it's officially coming out real freaking soon, I'm hoping I can have a good time playing it with my bros, you know what I mean? But besides that, we're just chilling. But that's not the big deal, all right? That's not the big thing. I think I already mentioned it, actually. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I really do suck when it comes to remembering what I've said. I'm pretty sure I brought it up, but there is a Battlefield Battle Royale that has come out. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was unaware of this thing's entire existence up until, I want to say, a few days after launch, because it has now been, I think, what, 2 or 3 weeks since Battlefield 6 came out. But I only found out because of my uncle mentioning, oh, I'm probably gonna get Battlefield when the Battle Royale comes out. And in my mind, I'm just thinking, oh, you know, ha ha ha, you know? That's what I'm thinking in my mind. I'm like, oh, hardy hard, you know, when the Battle Royale comes out. Yeah, if ever. But no, I'm gonna be real. It turns out I was just wrong. I just dead ass thought wrong. There is a Battlefield Battle Royale that exists. It's called RedSec from what I'm aware of. Now, have I tried it? Not yet. I'm gonna be honest, all right? However, am I excited to try it? You know, contrary to what you might think, I think I have slightly dissed on the Battle Royale genre as a whole in my past videos. But I am, I'm a first-person shooter enjoyer through and through and through. So, I actually really like, you know, most games like that. Battle Royales, they're in for the count too. I am a great fan of many Battle Royales. I was huge, and I mean, God, this cannot be understated, huge on Fortnite when that had come out. Like, I'm talking, dude, I was on that shit like all the time. I'm not even joking. I think for the year it came out, it had to be at least second most played video game that year, next to Destiny. Nah. Wait, hold on. Because Destiny 2 came out, when was that? 2017, I want to say. And then Fortnite was 2017 as well, if I'm correct. Was Fortnite 2018? I forget exactly. But around that time, I think Destiny was kind of going through one of its, unfortunately, what feels like many identity crises. So I actually don't think I was on Destiny crazy like that. Regardless though, I was 100% on Fortnite like that. God almighty, that game, dude. I'm gonna be real with you. I think at one point in time, I might have been like #1 Fortnite shooter out there. You know what I mean? Definitely not anytime recently and nothing like that. But at one point in time, I think I was definitely like #1 Fortnite shooter, bro. I love that game. It's so much fun. And that's deadass how I felt about it all the time. I was like, man, I'm surprised people could ever hate this game because it's actually like really freaking fun. Granted, as with most things, you know, time passes and you sort of forget about it, or time passes and it just kind of falls out of favor a little bit. Or if you're me and an idiot, then like most things, it kind of goes into this weird cycle of, oh, it's a little bit overplayed, overused, whatever kind of deal. And then finally you wrap back right around to, nah, this is kind of solid. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I love Fortnite. I love Apex. I'm not even playing with you when I say this. Apex is one of the highest played games that I have on Steam right now, and that's no joke. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Was that worth it? To me, it low-key was, because that means I don't have to pay for PhD, and I can save that money for something else. Oh, that was a stupid idea. I thought that was the other one. Whoopsie. Anyways, we got good pills, so it doesn't really matter, does it? But yeah, I am, what's the word I'm thinking of? I am the angry pumpkin. Sorry. Oh my god, that reminds me. That just reminds me of some unfortunate news or whatever. I'll talk about that later though. But I think genuinely Apex got to be like my third most played game on Steam. Destiny being #1. Isaac at this point now officially being #2 most played game on Steam. And I think Apex is sitting at a solid 3 with like something like 300 to 400 hours, something around there. I think closer to the 300 mark, but still, simply I don't know why. I am infatuated with Apex Legends. It is a game that I love, and I love to love it. When it's doing good, I'm a fan. When it's doing bad, I'm a fan. I just don't play. But yeah, besides all that, man, I'm gonna be real with y'all. This one, slightly controversial, just because I'm aware of how, I guess, the reputation has been affected. But I also really like Warzone too, truth be told. And I say controversial because I am well aware of how people feel about Warzone and Call of Duty now. They are not fans. I don't blame you. I'm gonna be real with you. If you maybe were back in the day a huge COD fan and now you're not anymore because of Warzone, or you don't like Modern Zombies because of like the Warzoneification or whatever it is people say, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I understand. I 100% understand. We can heart to heart. I understand where you're coming from. But me personally, I really did like Warzone. I don't like what it's done. Unfortunately, I can kind of agree with a lot of points there. I like Warzone, but I'm not a fan of what it has done to Call of Duty. I'm not a fan of what it has done to the game I love. where all roads lead to Warzone kind of deal. You feel me? It's it's something odd. I'm gonna be real. All right. Come on, man. Now, if we could get like, what's that item name? Black Candle, that'd be great. Honestly, if we can get Black Candle, that'd be phenomenal. But as of right now, it's kind of mid. But yeah, dude, I'm gonna be so real with you. Genuinely, all roads lead to Warzone is unfortunate because I actually really do fuck with Warzone. However, this is where the what's the word I'm thinking of? This is where the competition kind of rises up once more, in that now there is a Battlefield Battle Royale, and I'm gonna be real with you, haven't played it yet, but I kind of do want to give it a shot, you know? I want to see what's up with it. And if it turns out to be good, then honestly, I think that's all the better. Because if the Battlefield Battle Royale comes out and it starts filling in that void that people have with, or not void, but you know. Kind of like how, I don't know if I've made this argument to y'all before, but I love Destiny because of the fact that there's no other game out there that's like Destiny. Many games have made the attempt to try to be like Destiny. Many games can say that they're similar to Destiny, but I'm going to be honest with you, at the end of the day, there is no game out there that is like Destiny. And it sucks to say because I really wish there was. I really wish there was some sort of thing sprucing up the competition to light a fire under Bungie to make them commit and do good for the game. Obviously, I'm gonna be real with y'all. As of right now, I don't think that would even work, just because it really seems like all of Bungie is on Marathon at the moment, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, but it kind of genuinely does seem like, I don't want to say Destiny has been abandoned, because it's still getting content and like it's getting a DLC this December, but it just, I don't know, man. It's hard to put into words how I feel about Destiny. And I've already yapped about it so many times in previous episodes. I don't want to subject you guys to that again. So we're just going to move on. But for the most part, if there is no other game out there that's like Warzone, it fills that Warzone niche, and then Battlefield 6 RedSec comes out and it properly can fill that niche, aka bringing competition to Warzone, then that means, you know, that means one of two things. Either it's good and people love it and enjoy it and they praise it and it lights that fire under what's it called? Under Call of Duty, that lets them start to innovate and actually, you know, honestly make good choices, make good games again. Or it flops terribly and Warzone continues to have no competition, and so all roads lead to Warzone back again, essentially. Now, what's gonna happen? I'll be real, I don't know. I have heard RedSec came out, but I myself have not given it a shot. I have not seen the opinions of people who have given it a shot. I am 1000%, and I say this for real, I am 1000% not, like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Blind, bro. I am 1000% not aware of anything going on. So I'm going in completely fucking blind on this aspect. Is that a good thing? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. At the end of the day, it's truly just a we'll see moment on how I'm feeling regarding Warzone / RedSec. I called it Warzone because I'm too busy yapping about Call of Duty. But yeah, I'll give it a shot and see how I'm feeling about RedSec. And hopefully, also able to, what's the word I'm thinking of? Hopefully the game will come out and I will enjoy it. Honestly, or not the game will come out. The game is out. Hopefully I can enjoy it. That's what I'm trying to say. I want to enjoy RedSec. I want to enjoy a Battlefield Battle Royale. I think it'd be really cool, especially as someone who's a huge Battlefield fan. I love the way Battlefield games play, bro. They are some of my favorite video games out there, easily. Oh, Blackheart. Holy wickedness. There we are. Tip the scales in our balance slightly, and also Flight from Revelation. I forgot it did that. That is such a good ass item, man. What the hell? I don't remember Angel Deal items being this cracked. I'm gonna be real with y'all. What's good? But yeah, I'm gonna be real. I am looking forward to it. I will probably play it either A, later today, or B, maybe sometime during the weekend when I got a little bit more time to just freely enjoy whatever the hell I want. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited. Honestly, I'm genuinely excited. I want the game to be good. I want to have a good time with it. Not the game, I guess, but you know, I want it to be good. I want Battlefield 6's Battle Royale to be good, because then it can ignite competition in Activision slash, you know, whoever's the fuck is in charge of Xbox at the moment. Xbox? Whoever the fuck is in charge of what's it called? Oh my god. Activision? Call of Duty! Whoever the fuck is in charge of Call of Duty, making all the big boy decisions and whatnot, you know, whoever they are, I want a fire to be lit under their ass so we can maybe start taking the games a little bit more seriously. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? Good. Perfect. Bada bing, bada boom. But yeah, it's something fun. I am honestly genuinely enjoying Battlefield 6 default. So I'm hoping to enjoy this quote-unquote Battle Royale mode. Honestly, I think the only Battle Royale that I've ever played that I wasn't fucking with really was H1Z1, but that's like a whole different sort of thing, you know what I mean, man? H1Z1's such an odd game. I didn't even know it was like a, what's the word I'm thinking of, Battle Royale game or whatever. Is this for enemy in the room, right? I think. Let's try. Infested. There were only 2 enemies, I now realize, so that was pretty ass. Have mercy! Dude, the fact that it's 50% chance to shoot the parasitoid tears at 5 luck, and I have 2 and I feel like all of them are parasitoids is kind of goated. Okay, my bad. I got so caught in Isaac there for a moment. I forgot to yap about whatever I wanted to yap about next. Well, one thing. Unfortunate one thing though. Did y'all see that Halo's coming to PS5? I forgot if I mentioned that when I mentioned that I'm kind of glad that it's a CE remake or whatever. I'm not glad, but like I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I guess why wouldn't I be glad about a remake of, in my opinion, a kind of 10 out of 10 video game? More so just because it's that kind of thing where I feel like a lot of it doesn't need a remake, you know? If anything, if there is one aspect that I think needs a remake, oh, Black Candle, baby. If there is one aspect that I think needs a remake when it comes to what's it called? Halo, it's that I don't know how you would do this It's a big task that I also don't think can happen because it's already been cemented like this. But changing the final half of Combat Evolved to not just be the entire first half of the game backwards. If there is a way to properly do that, I would gladly accept those changes, you know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would 100,000% gladly accept those changes to the game. However, chances of that happening kind of slim to none because you'd have to change a majority of the story. You'd have to do so much explaining as to why the game isn't following the same story it was before. But at that point, if you're doing a remake or whatever, that's like more like in remaster territory. But also at that point in remaster territory, then why not just full commit to the bit kind of deal? You know what I mean? It's not a remaster. It's a remake of the campaign essentially. Which I'm gonna be real with you guys. I am slightly upset about. I'm slightly upset that it's a remake of just the campaign because if I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all, I love Halo CE's campaign, but I feel like what made Halo was also the multiplayer aspect. Now, I'm not expecting them to make a complete reimagining of Halo CE, you know, that coat of paint that y'all gave what's it called? The coat of paint that they gave the campaign, would it perhaps not be a little too crazy to add that onto the multiplayer? Now they would have to do, from what I'm aware of, they would have to like commit to making like net services, you know what I mean, in order to support online play like that. Is that something they want to do? I don't know, you know what I mean? I'm not sure. It would make sense for them to not want to do that, but also, what's the word I'm thinking of? You know what I mean? It would make sense for them to not want to do that, but if I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it's also kind of like, nah, I'm gonna say this, but it's gonna be so ignorant that any game dev out there is gonna be like, Tony, you gotta get skinned, you know what I mean? I swear to y'all, this does not come from a place of ignorance, please don't hurt me. But I mean, it's something that the company has done for literally every previous game beforehand. Would it be that crazy / that hard to do it in the newer, you know, in this remake? Maybe it is, and I'm unaware. I'm just a bitch for suggesting something like that. Thinking it, were it so easy. You know what I mean? Were it so easy. And I'm just a bitch for that. In which case, my bad. That's on me. I'm not gonna lie. I'll take responsibility for that. That's on me. But right now, you know, all I'm saying is I would just like the multiplayer to also be remade, because I'm gonna be honest, this one goes more towards my school, I guess, than it does the game, but also the game was a general part of this. I love Combat Evolved's multiplayer, even despite it being, you know, I guess you could say a little bit dated and old, especially compared to the way more competitive aspect of every other Halo game afterwards, you know. Reach, I guess, kind of had a little bit of a less thing because of Bloom and whatnot, but every other oof. It's a tough choice, eh? I can't do that. I can't. You guys are gonna call me crazy. I think it's the right choice. With Mom's Eye, the potential to shoot myself in the back of the head? Nah, man, I can't risk that. I can't risk that, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. You know, I am, oh, what was the word? I forgot what I was talking about for a second there. Halo CE, I know it's a bit more dated, and you know, the multiplayer hasn't been as fully fleshed out as like a full-on competitive aspect and whatnot, the way that every other Halo game was after it. However, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Back in the day, aka when I was still in high school, I don't know who did it, alright? So if any admin watching is like, how did this happen? I don't know, bro, alright? I don't know anything. But on the specific computers, honestly, I think every computer, specifically in the computer lab, had Halo Combat Evolved downloaded onto it. It wasn't easily, like, readily available. You had to, what's the word I'm thinking of, I guess you could say. You had to, like, go through this certain pathway. But the thing is, it was the same pathway on every single school computer, laptop, whatever. You had to take the same exact pathway each time. And when you did it, it would take you to this folder where I think it was Minecraft and Halo Combat Evolved were installed. The reason I'm a bit less, I guess, looking fond upon the Minecraft is because, like, the computers could not run it for shit. But Halo Combat Evolved, I mean, come on, it's Halo Combat Evolved. It's not God's strongest, like, hardest to run video game of all time, you feel me? So, all right. That's not bad. If I had better bomb effects, it wouldn't be that bad. Because they wouldn't be troll bombs, they would just be regular bombs, you know what I mean? But, unfortunately, don't have that. But, yeah, oh, hold on. But, dude, yeah, I'm gonna be real with y'all. If you had managed to go into the computer lab and go down this specific path, you could essentially just start playing Halo Combat Evolved. Now, I don't know who installed it, but all I know is whoever did, it's specifically, it was Combat Evolved for every PC in the computer lab. No joke. That's no joke. No matter what computer you went on, it was all the same. All had Halo CE on it. And I remember so many lunch breaks, so many, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, some class time that was spent hopping on Halo CE in the computer lab and fucking around and playing. Just, I'm be honest with you, man. And it was very fun. I got some solid memories playing Halo Combat Evolved with my friends on those old ass computer lab PCs, man. And I'll be real with you, I wouldn't trade it for the world, dare I say. I wouldn't trade any of it for the world. Which is also why it's kind of like, I guess it's not what needs to happen. Obviously, I think the game will probably succeed without, if the game is well made at least, I think the game will succeed without having a multiplayer. Just the campaign alone is fucking honestly goated enough to kind of carry it by itself, because it's, I mean, it's CE campaign, come on, bro, you know? It's peak. I needed, might call this a dumb decision. I need to find, I almost walked into that. I need to see if I can find a self-sacrifice room. If I can, I might be able to pull through with a mythical pull, you know what I mean? I might be able to secure an angel, like, deal thing. I've heard if there's a cursed room, there's a higher likelihood of no, what's it called there? That's, honestly, if it's true, it's dumb. Well, I already have you, might as well. Try to find a item. Try to find a secret room. See if we can. Right here, perhaps. Maybe? No, one spawn there. Yeah, that's not happening. Also not happening there. Okay, never mind. I genuinely, I'm at a loss for words of where it could be. I don't think it could be up. Let me, maybe? Nah, I don't think so. Nah, yeah, I thought so. Son of a bitch. Right there. Nope, alright, I'm just gonna have to end it. I guess I'm gonna have to end it all. But it would be nice. You know, it would be nice. It would be cool if they did add a multiplayer. Like if they did add full-on multiplayer, but if it's just gonna be called Campaign Evolved, you know, like it seems like they've already committed to calling it Campaign Evolved and whatnot, then I'm honestly a little saddened / a little worried that it's not gonna have multiplayer support. And if that's the case, then that genuinely, I'm gonna be honest with you, that genuinely saddens me. Because I think multiplayer support would do it some good. This is not just Tony pleading to also, what's the word I'm thinking of? You know, oh, I'm trying to relive some aspects of my teenhood or whatever. Nah, you know. This is a genuine recommendation. Genuine dead-ass recommendation. I think it would do good. It would do good, it would be good to have CE also get its multiplayer as well, you know what I mean? But enough yapping about Combat Evolved. Then honestly, I completely forgot. I got into like so in my head yapping about Combat Evolved. I completely forgot what the initial thing I wanted to even bring up was. And that is, it's insane. It's insanity to me that essentially with the mark of Halo coming on to PS5, that I remember immediately discussing it with my friends afterwards, because there was one thing kind of weighing on everyone's mind, and I mean, at least for a lot of people that are into games and stuff like that. It's pretty obvious what this means. Halo is now on PS5. Forza also on PS5. Halo, though, that's like the Xbox poster child. That was the reason you got an Xbox ever, bro. If you ever bought an Xbox, it was for Halo Master Chief Collection, to a way lesser extent 5, but people didn't know it was gonna be ass at the time. So 5, 3, Halo 1, Halo Combat Evolved, you know what I mean? When MCC came to Steam, I'm not even joking with you, it was genuinely one of the most monumentous occasions of all time, bro. I was baffled to see Halo 2, Halo 3 on a computer. Nah, I'm real with you. I was more baffled to see Reach on a computer. Being able to play Halo Reach genuinely, I think, filled me with so much joy. I legitimately, I think, put in my first 30 hours of Halo on Master Chief Collection on Steam. The first 30 hours was because of solely Halo Reach multiplayer. I didn't even play the campaign. I was just purely playing multiplayer, having fun, having a good time, doing that big team battle shit. You know, what was the other game mode that's not big team battle, but Invasion? You know, dude, it was so fucking fun. I am a sucker for Halo. In my opinion, it was the only reason to ever buy an Xbox. And like I said, for many people, it's the same thing. The only reason to ever buy an Xbox. Now, one, with Xbox kind of going the route of everything is an Xbox, and two, just officially the game coming to a competitor console, it had essentially just been, what's the word I'm thinking of? You know, the console wars are done, bro. Xbox has lost, and there's no more console wars, I guess you could call it. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a little hesitant to bring up this topic because along with cementing that the console wars are done slash dead slash over, for some reason GameStop and like the US government got involved in it, posting, you know, like I saw that fucking ICE thing that was about you know, essentially being like, help us fight, you know, help us fight against the flood, essentially comparing immigrants to this parasitic creature that should be exterminated, which is like, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. What are we doing? You know, not to be that guy, not to bring this up or whatever, but I feel like dehumanizing your quote unquote enemy, opponent, whatever, is like a first step to making it real easy to genocide a group of people. You know what I mean? Not to take a fucking play out of any history book or anything like that, but just think about it for a second. You know what I mean? Just fucking think about it for like 1 second. Really does kind of make it seem way more simple. You know what I mean? It's way easier to hate on this group of people when you don't think of them as human. You feel me? It's a little odd. So that's why I'm a little hesitant to bring up the topic, truth be told, because it's like, I don't want to talk about that shit, at least not here on this fucking YouTube. But also, you can't ignore it, you know what I mean? You just simply can't ignore it. It's crazy. But if for some reason it was also shrouded in the fucking aspect of Halo, what's the word, like the console wars ending, you know what I mean? Which is like a little insane. It's just, what are we doing? You know what I mean? It's like a what are we doing type of shit. Honestly, I'm not even joking about this when I say this, bro. I think the way shit's going right now, like, it's insane. You couldn't come up with this shit. You know what I mean? This is the type of shit that only happens through history that happens, bro. That like history going. You could not script. You could not come up with this part where it's like, and then GameStop mentioned the console wars, and then the US government, like, intern on the fucking Twitter account started quote tweeting, and they made an ICE poster calling immigrants parasitic aliens that should be exterminated. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing? You know what I mean, bro? Someone would think of that as like the worst writing you have ever seen in some fucking, you know, in some story or whatever, but this is just like life. Like, it's just real ass life for people now. It's definitely odd, you know, I'm gonna be real. It's definitely a bit odd. But in some weird way, honestly, not even in some weird way, it's crazy thinking that Microsoft is not gonna do anything about it. They're just gonna let that shit happen. Like, that's legitimate use of their IP to promote killing an entire group of people, and it just seems like they're fine with it, which is like a little crazy. But you know what, bro? I don't enjoy saying it or whatever, but that's just kind of like how life's going right now, so we just gotta just keep our head up, you know what I mean? Keep your chins up, bro. All that aside, essentially, you know, all that aside, all that to say, all right, that one, crazy shit's happening, but two, it makes me really want to play Halo again. Honestly, I've had a real itch to play Halo recently with the entire announcement regarding Campaign Evolved. I'm gonna be just completely honest with y'all, completely transparent. I have found myself, I think, wanting to play Halo more than ever. It's just such a fucking good game, man. You know what I mean? It sucks that it's being used in this horrible way for propaganda or whatever, but I mean, hey, the games are damn good, bro. You know what I mean? Hello? What was going on there? Yeah, just odd. Just odd. You feel me? some real odd shit been going down with the United States of America recently, but you know what, man, I just sort of, it feels rude to just say I sort of ignore it, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If I'm gonna, you know, if I'm gonna be 100%, I'm gonna keep it 1,000%, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I really do kind of just ignore it, because that just seems like the only way to really cope with it at the moment. You feel me? Just ignore it and think about life. Think about like horrible housing market and whatnot. You know what I mean? Think about that instead. It is what it is, though. You know, I guess at the end of the day, it grizz what it grizz. Why is my like control stick fucked up? I feel like a lot of these have been going the wrong way. You know what else sucks about Mars too? If you're playing controller, because I use analog stick. I'm a twin stick kind of guy. Oh my god, dude. Speaking of, I'll finish the statement first. I'm a twin stick kind of guy. I'm just kind of used to having left stick be movement and right stick be shoot in certain games, you know what I mean? So I've found myself, what's the word I'm thinking of? I found myself quite fond of this, but because of the fact that I'm using twin stick, for some reason it likes to read my inputs a little weird, such as that's why my revelation is like a lot of the time being shot at a 45-degree angle, you know, like that. And I'm also accidentally using what's the name of that stupid shit? I'm accidentally using Mars a lot of the time because I'm like double touching the movement buttons, even though I'm kind of just like making minor readjustments, you know what I mean? I make a minor readjustment to my placement and I'm immediately launched into the stratosphere. It's just kind of dumb. But all right, now that that's aside, now that I finished that comment aside regarding Mars, I keep using it on accident. I want to apologize if you guys think I'm making bad plays or whatever. Just know that's the reason why. I'm just not used to. What the fuck hit me? Oh, they spread. When they pop, they spread. That's really dumb. But speaking of twin stick shooters, okay, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I have found myself quite fond of this certain game series growing up. Maybe y'all have played it before. It's a Ninja Kiwi classic. If you don't know who or what Ninja Kiwi is, brother, you have missed out. But Ninja Kiwi is this company that made a crap ton of Flash games, and they had a whole website before Flash was removed from every browser. It had a whole website dedicated to it, and honestly, it was phenomenal, bro. I remember playing on Ninja Kiwi. I remember playing fucking Bloons Tower Defense 4 and the original Bloons game, like the original you are a monkey guy and you throw darts at balloons to pop them, and like it's like a puzzle kind of game. I am a huge fan. I'm talking day one Bloons enjoyer, bro. I love the game. But also, if you know me, I love zombies. On the same website, because it was a game made by the same people, there was a game called SAS Zombie Assault. And I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I love that game. It is so goated, and it sucks because it doesn't exist on anything. At least not like the crazy multiplayer wise. Because I wanted to play it again recently, but I could only play 4 on Steam, but I'm gonna be real with you, 4 is like, it just don't hit right, bro. It don't hit the same. It's a little too different for my liking. So it's kind of unfortunate. But if I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, whatever game dev out there that's listening to me that somehow watches my videos, you need to lock in and you need to make a twin stick zombie shooter survival based game the way SAS is. For the love of God, please. Anyways, want to thank y'all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on the time of viewing this. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.